Girl with Phoenix power? No, I am not talking about Jean Grey from Marvel's X-Men. Hello and welcome back to every recap ever. Today we are seeing a 2022 sci-fi movie called The Red Sparrow. So like always, subscribe to our channel to stay updated with our movie recaps, and let's go. In the year 2060, AI technology is pretty much at its peak, and the Ron Group is running the show. They have so much power, it's like they control the whole world. But not everyone is with them. A resistance group known as Phoenix Group believes something shady is going on behind the scenes. They are in the process of creating the most powerful chip which can defeat the AI. Their head scientist, Yini, decides to implement this chip in her unborn child. As the team is close to finishing their work, Ron's soldiers find them and launch an attack. Basically, they are after the Phoenix chip. During the chaos, Yini gives birth to a baby girl with the chip implanted in her. She named the girl Yini and asks her coworker to get her out of the base. The Phoenix team locks the hideout and prepares to launch the child to safety. As the final countdown begins, the ship carrying Yini blasts off into the sky. Ron's soldiers and Ron himself manage to break into the main room, but see no signs of the chip. He gets angry and orders his soldier to take down everyone. 20 years goes by, and Yini now lives in a super advanced city with her pet robot. She has no memory of her parents and or where she came from. To survive, she takes small smuggling jobs, mainly acting like a delivery person to move liquid metal in the black market. One night, during a delivery, the client she meets turns out to be trouble. They try to rob her and take the liquid metal without paying. Yini fights back and tries to run away. Thanks to the Phoenix chip inside her, she has incredible strength and abilities, which she doesn't fully understand. At the same time, Ron's assistant picks up a signal which is different from their chips. He quickly informs Ron as he suspects it might be the Phoenix chip. Ron orders his forces to capture her immediately. Meanwhile, Yini manages to get away from the bad people, but gets captured by Ron's soldiers. She tries to fight back, but the soldiers overpower her and knock her out. They bring her to Ron's main research facility. They analyze her DNA and check her chip, which makes them believe she indeed has the Phoenix chip. Ron then makes a public announcement saying that they are developing a new technology which can make humans invincible. But behind the curtains, his real plan is to unlock the chip's data to create genetically modified superhumans. Ron assigns this job to his partner, Chu-Lu. Meanwhile, Yini wakes up inside the lab, hearing a sound in her head. It turns out they have connected her to a person named DMO. He used to be Yini's assistant in the past. Ron's people had captured him long ago, and they are forcing him to unlock the Phoenix chip. DMO tells her everything about her real identity, her mother, and the powerful chip inside her. Instead of unlocking the chip, DMO activates it and gives full access to Yini. Chu-Lu thinks the chip has been unlocked and tries to copy its data. However, the Phoenix chip kicks into action. Yini frees herself from the restraints and starts taking down guards one by one. Even her injuries heal right in front of their eyes. She escapes from the facility, but after a while, Chip's energy starts running low. She starts feeling exhausted and collapses out in the wild. Luckily, a group of armed strangers find her and take her away. Yini wakes up in a rundown shelter far away from the city. A guy named Cadet comes to her room with some food. At first, she finds it suspicious, but he tells her not to worry as he's on her side. He explains that he's the leader of the few survivors of the Phoenix Group. They detected the Phoenix chip activating and tracked her down. He then tells her about her mother and Yini being their last hope. So according to Cadet, Ron has installed AI chips into nearly every human and plans to take full control of the world. Yini is the only person who has the power to defeat Ron. Cadet then gives her the tour of their base. While exploring, she sees some dead soldiers. Apparently, they died while rescuing Yini from the clutches of Ron's soldiers. She starts feeling guilty and blames herself for their death. As she comes back to her room, her pet robot comes to comfort her. Cadet tells her that the robot is actually built by her mother and it is programmed to protect her no matter what. Meanwhile, back at Ron's headquarters, Chu-Lu is working on something new. She manages to use Yini's DNA to create a soldier that's part human, part AI. Basically a genetically modified human. Yini starts having some strange dreams about her mother and goes to ask Cadet about them. He thinks that it might be because of the Phoenix chip. Somehow the chip has stored some memories of her mother. Later, the resistance group runs into a problem. Apparently, they are running low on the liquid metal, which is very important to fix their weapons and their ship. Yini knows some contacts who can help them, so she takes Kada to an old colleague she knows from the city. She asks the dealer for some liquid metal containers. However, things go south. The dealer already knows the Ron group is searching for her. He can make a fortune by turning her in. He then tries to capture her, but Yini fights back and defeats him. She then grabs the liquid metal containers and escapes from the building. News of this incident reaches the assistant's ears. He quickly rushes to inform Ron about it. But when he gets there, he discovers that Ron is actually not human anymore. So it turns out, 30 years ago, when Ron was working on the advanced AI robot, he actually succeeded. Everyone thought the project ended up failing, but in reality Ron did create the robot. The robot then unalived Ron and took his place. Now the robot posing as Ron plans to wipe out humanity completely. His first step was to create the AI chip, which gathers data on human beings. His next step is to use the Phoenix chip's power to replace all the humans with robotic copies just like him. The assistant realizes his mistake and tries to stop him. However, Ron and Chu Lu silence him before he can warn anyone. Chu Lu then tells Ron about the human killer robot prototype she created. Ron asks her to mass produce the robots. According to her, it will take 5 more days to mass produce them. On the other side, Kada learns about robot production from his informants. Knowing how serious this is, he asks Yini to stay at the base for a while. She is their main target, so it's better she doesn't roam the city for the time being. The next day, after thinking it over, Yini makes her decision. She's going to fight alongside Kada and the resistance. She meets up with Kada and the rest of the team to start planning things out. Their goal is clear: sneak inside Ron's base and stop the robot army before they activate it. They have about 4 days left, so Kada decides to train Yini to utilize Chip's power properly. He creates holographic soldiers and makes her fight them. As the day goes, Yini starts picking up speed, learning to fight better and control her powers more sufficiently. Meanwhile, at Ron's headquarters, Chu Lu activates one killer soldier just to run a test. The day before the big mission, the Phoenix base throws a small celebration for Yin's birthday. Even though it's a tough time, everyone tries to stay positive and makes her a cake. But little do they know, danger is already inside their walls. A traitor attacks Kada during the party. Yini acts quickly and takes him down. When they check Traitor's DNA, they find out that he's actually the killer soldier modified with Yini's DNA. Yeah, the same soldier Chu Lu activated to run tests. Finally, the day arrives, and everyone gets ready. Their plan is simple: bypass the air defenses system by hacking their servers and land on top of the building. However, as they break into the building, Ron spots them. He immediately tells Chu to start the process of activating the killer robots and head towards the server room himself. Yini and the resistance team confront Ron. He gives her the proposal to join his side, but she refuses. She signals Kada to split off and stop Chu Lu, while she and others stay back to fight Ron. The fight starts, and Ron wipes out many of the soldiers quickly. He goes head-to-head against Yini, and the two seem equally matched, but Ron then reveals his true form: a giant mechanical spider-looking thing made up of tiny self-healing robots. So the server room is actually the brain of Ron, which is like a giant glowing orb. Unless the orb is destroyed, Rob can keep rebuilding himself over and over. On the other side, Kada makes it to the control room. Chu Lu sends some robots to fight him, but he takes them out. He defeats Chu Lu and shuts down the robot activation just in time. Back on the battlefield, Yini gives her all, but she is no match for Spider Ron. At one point, he fires lasers at her, but her pet robot sacrifices itself to save her. This makes her angry, and something inside her snaps. The chip inside her starts sending more energy, and her cells start growing rapidly. She literally grows wings like a real phoenix. Ron tries to fight back, but her cells start destroying the small molecular robots inside him. She delivers the final blow and sends him flying to the server orb, shattering it. With this, Yini and Kada closes this chapter once and for all. The end. So there you have it, our take on the Chinese movie called The Red Sparrow. If you liked our recap and want to see more, don't forget to drop a like. That's all for today, and we will see you in the next video. See ya!